legitimately close. Anything could happen. Both have a very good chance. Looks like we're getting started.
Oh, and we're go.
Woo! Good luck to both guys. Hopefully, hopefully they'll be happy with their efforts in the tournament. I'm just going.
Now we're going into Yoshi's Island 2, and it looks like I do like Sjorec strat getting the extra life right off the bat, just because anything could happen in this race, and you don't want the game over. Game overing will just ruin your day. And nobody got a 3-6-1, so not lucky for either of them today, but anything can happen in this race, and that's just the first stage. Going into Yoshi's Island 3, we got a good box jump from both racers. And right now, it just looks like an even match between both of these guys. So, just to talk about both of these racers, looks like that TNT does have a PB of 39.47, while
TNT actually managed to get a 36 against me in a race the other day, so I'm not sure if he hasn't updated that.
Wow.
But he got a low 36 against me.
And according to Sjorec splits, that's a 39.59, just edging out the 40.
Yeah, both these guys are very experienced players. I imagine they're both going to bring a lot to the table and make this a very, very interesting race. And as we can see already, their World 1 has been pretty much perfect, so yes, it'll be very exciting.
Now we're going into Castle 1. Now, Castle 1, that first room can be a little bit tricky, especially if you got a missed input. Accidentally pressing up could ruin your run, could ruin your first part of the stage. Falling into the fire pit, which I have done, can also ruin it. Also missing the door. And it looks like both of them are going to get Fire Flower here.
Yeah, Castle 1 can feel very free, but it's very, very easy to overlook some things in the first room and just die. It can happen to anybody, basically. But yeah, as mentioned, they're both going for Fire Flower. You can opt to go small until DP4. Some people prefer that, but it is a lot safer to get Fire Flower in Castle 1.
Yeah, definitely a lot safer coming up into the later stages, plus a little bit safer on the Iggy fight, just because you do have that jump that if you miss time coming in, you could just faceplant right into Iggy.
Yeah, there's that can happen. DS1 as well. Maybe the enemy at the end. It can sometimes mess with you, so it's good to have Fire Flower there. And you wouldn't want to get hit in room 2 of Donut Ghost House either. And certainly DP3. So for now, it seems like we've got a tie. Oh, TNT is maybe about half a second ahead. But we can pretty much call this a tie.
Now, as this race goes on, I could see just a very, very small mistake becoming a factor. Just like somebody losing a Yoshi or someone dying on a stage that another person doesn't. And that just small mistake could be a factor within this race because both of these runners are very close.
Yeah, it's absolutely devastating to lose Yoshi, especially on DP4, because unless you know low percent strats, which are pretty difficult in my opinion, you've got to go back for him. There's no other way to complete it without Yoshi, Cape, or low percent strats. And I'm referring to VD1. But yeah, it's also very easy to die in several levels as well. Even DP4, if you're trying to do the fast strat to keep Yoshi at the end, doing the left, right, and the dismount.
TNT looks like the third Lava Dolphin in the chat actually predicted right, doing a damage boost in Donut Secret 1 just to get that little block, while Sjorec decided to avoid the fish and go for the block.
Yeah, it was a very, very good call there. But it'll be interesting to see how DP3 goes. That's where the run gets really, really spicy, especially at Small Mario. Could be very costly if it goes wrong. But yeah, the strat at the second room of Donut Ghost House, it isn't too difficult, but sometimes it can mess you up, so hopefully both runners get this without any issues.
They do get the P-Speed boo bounces, which is good to see. Now, you can get up there without the P-Speed, but you're going to have to do a jump near the door in order to find where the door is.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to seek out the door if the screen doesn't scroll up. But I mean, I have seen it done, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it was a very good DS one from TNT.
Oh, and Sjorec trying to do the Fire Mario strats. Looks like he didn't time it just right, but hopefully he does know the Small Mario strat for this level.
Oh, that's really, really unfortunate, and that is one of the major disadvantages of having a Big Mario or Fire Mario in this stage.
Looks like Sjorec's actually taking this level easy as we see TNT going into DP4.
But yeah, that was a very, very good DS3, or DP3 from TNT. Very commendable. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how DP4 goes as well. There's a lot that can go wrong. I see he doesn't grab the blue shell, which is a kind of a safe strat, but it's still pretty fast. So I guess he'll be showing us some swag at the end.
Let's see if he goes for the Yoshi. Gets it. And he's through.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Now,
so yeah.
Now without the fire, I could see Sjorec just taking a little bit more cautious approach here. But TNT going into Castle 2. And why don't you explain some of the stuff going on in Castle 2?
There's probably not just as much going on with no cape, but I mean, there's still a lot. So the runners will try and get P-Speed before going up the stairs, which TNT actually got. Sorry, I'm having some issues with my throat here. One moment.
Well, we see TNT going up here. Let's see if he gets the Dry Bones bounce. And he does have the spring, which means he's going to skip a half a cycle coming up to the top of this hallway. Okay, not much of a half cycle, but a quarter cycle. Got the fire kill on Morton. And it looks like at the whistle, TNT has about at 8:53.
Yeah, but even with the death that Sjorec had in DP3, this will still be a very close race. This is very, very, very far from over, and it's not an understatement. The majority of the run is still to come, so yeah, anything could happen, definitely.
Now we're going into VD1, and Sjorec does have the Yoshi, so this is just going to be a breeze as long as he doesn't lose that Yoshi.
Yeah, so he'll be grabbing the blue shell. Yep, she did. And That
Looked
just
like he
allowed you to
was.
fly up with the key.
I don't know about you, but it looked like he was trying to get the fire flower also.
Yeah, it did actually look like he was going for backup. It's pretty cool when you get that. But did you get Sorec's whistle split? Just so we know how far behind.
I unfortunately missed that, but according to his splits, it's a 9:48.
Okay, so about didn't you say? I don't know. It's about 30 seconds. I'd say.
It looks like they're splitting at the exact same time. So, with TNT split, it was a 9:03.
Oh right, I see.
So it looks about like a 45-second difference.
Yeah, so Sjorec opted to go for the first fire flower, which it was said earlier if it's done properly, it's just as fast as getting the fire flower underneath the key. But I'm honestly not sure what strat or what the strat is for that first fire flower optimally. But I've been told it's just as fast on fade out. So yeah, maybe it's a bit closer than that.
And TNT looked like he had a perfect VS2.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, there's just one level of difference. I can see this being a recurring theme for a bit. I mean, there's a lot going on in VS3 as well, so we'll see how TNT does.
Now in VS3, we do see the dolphins. Now in the Japanese version, of course, I think everyone knows this, you can actually eat the dolphins with Yoshi. But let's see if TNT actually does. Looks like he's not going to eat a dolphin today. That's unfortunate.
Oh no, that's not good. I mean, Dan, he treated us to 2 bonus games on pretty much every cape in the entire game, and we don't even get to see a dolphin get eaten. Shame.
Let's see if Sjorec actually eats a dolphin.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, Sjorec will put on a shoe for us.
Now TNT is right now in Vanilla Fort. The first room of Vanilla Fort is pretty simple if you know kind of what you're doing. You just have to avoid all the things coming at you. Also, pressing down while swimming will keep Mario's swim height down. And TNT, oh, just got hit by a fishbone.
So indeed, that's pretty costly because the next 2 levels before Castle 4 don't have any fire flowers in them, I believe. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, there's only a feather in both Butterbridge 1, Butterbridge 2, and Ludwig's.
Yeah, so it's really unfortunate. But TNT still has a very solid lead here. I'd say if Sjorec gets the fire flower across the line about 20-25 seconds, it's still a lot, but we'll see how Butterbridge 2 goes, and of course Butterbridge 1. We've seen a couple of deaths in the tournament so far already, which have been unexpected, and I think even some of the better runners have died. I'm not going to say exactly who because I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
Here's my tips on Butterbridge 1. 1, get all the Yoshi coins. 2, make sure to get the 1-up on the Koopa bounces. 3, get the 1-up mushroom. 4, do not swag out.
5, don't die.
Well, that goes with the don't swag out, because once you swag out, you're going to die.
Oh, right. Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, I was thinking that Bert, but I wasn't going to say this. Yeah, so Razzie actually died in Butterbridge 1, which was pretty shocking. He swagged out, I believe. can't remember exactly what happened, but it was pretty shocking. And TNT opting to leave the Cape, odd decision. I don't know why he would do that.
I mean, it looks like an homage to Dan H runs. Make sure to get every single cape. Now, this last part of Butterbridge 1 can actually be a little tricky because of the hitboxes on Koopa. You get hit by a Koopa just flying on that bridge, you lose Yoshi. It's awful. It's either you go back to Vanilla Secret 2, get a Yoshi, or you try to do Butterbridge 2 without a Yoshi, which is scary. TNT getting the blue shell, but it looks like he may have accidentally pressed forward while grabbing it, because it doesn't look like he has good P speed. Oh, yep. Had to ditch Yoshi just to save a life. Sjorec missing the blue shell and eating the Yoshi, as we see TNT in room 2 of Ludwig, and oh, eats a Podobo. Luckily, this is not going to be as much as a setback as he previously had, because he could grab the mushroom right there. And in the first part of Forest 1, you can get a fire flower in that first question mark block.
And optimally, the runners will hope to have 2 fire flowers going up to Castle 5 because of a deboost strat.
Now let's see, and TNT does get the mid-air bounce with the cycle skip on Ludwig, and it's easy peasy. But just as Pat mentioned in the chat, this race is still close. We're coming into Forest 1, which there could be a lot of mistakes coming up. Forest of Illusion 2, you could get stuck up on clips. Also in Forest of Illusion 3, you do need to stay big throughout the entire level in order to get the key.
So yeah, Forest of Illusion is really where the run starts getting interesting, because with clips, that can decide a race quite definitively. And I mean, I'm hoping both runners get clips because it's such an unfortunate way to lose time in a race, especially in a race.
TNT deciding to go for the star strats, which is a good safe measure just because of all the things that are flying at you in Forest of Illusion 1.
It could potentially be quite a decent percentage play as well if he thinks he can hold his lead over Sjorec.
Yeah, Sjorec just right into the pit.
Oh.
Luckily, he did get the midway point.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. And I suppose TNT would be thanking himself now that he got the star. As long as he can just hold his lead without doing anything too crazy, probably what he should be aiming for.
Now, why say it's lucky to get the midway point? Oh, ate a hammer there. But why I said it was lucky to get the midway points in Forest Evolution 1 is because I think it's faster to finish half the level than just go back and grab the Yoshi. Now, TNT did get first try clips.
Yeah, that was incredible. So that is really, really going to help TNT's cause here. And it may end up helping decide the race. But yeah, if I got that in my race, I'd be very, very pleased. 237, it's a really good time. And yeah, Sjorec going to get Yoshi for the clip, which I think is fine. Oh, and the second Fire Flower, of course. Which he lost.
Now TNT, yeah, TNT looks like he's right now in Forest Evolution 3. Now with Forest Evolution 3, those bubbles are the worst thing in the world. You hit a bubble, you lose all momentum. Hit a bubble over a pit, you're in the pit, no matter what.
And it's probably it probably should be pointed out as well. I think TNT tried the wall jump strat, which would have been so amazing if he got. That would be very cool.
Now, just to go back a bit, Sjorec went back into Force Evolution 1 to grab a Fire Flower. Me personally, at that point, I would forget the Fire Flower, just do the standard debut strat in Roy's. Because right now, he should know this is going to be a close race, and every single second going back into the level could be detrimental to your run.
Absolutely, and as well, if TNT were to die in one of the later levels, that could be one way that Sjorec could actually make the time back, and I don't know, by attempting stuff like harder strats, he may end up regretting that.
And Sjorec does get the clip on the wall, but wasn't able to push the jump button right in time. Now it looks like TNT actually did the regular D-boost strat, D-boost item drop strat.
Yep.
Which I don't know with the mushroom, just because you could get a mushroom in Chocolate Island 1 right at the beginning of the stage. Sjorec going a little too fast, or just going for swag points.
Yeah, still no bonus games. Yeah, shoutouts to Dan again for the 2 bonus games and a recap.
Now TNT is going into what I consider to be the hardest level in No Cape No Starworld, Chocolate Island 1. Just because it's hard to keep your P-speed throughout this. You have to have very precise jumps, and those rhinos, oh boy, they will just destroy you.
Yeah, so TNT's making a pretty good job of it so far. Although I don't want to jinx him, so yeah, that was perfect, basically. I actually do agree with Steven there, but CI1 is still like super, super difficult.
I don't agree, just because I do the small Mario strat in DP3, and that seems, once you get used to it, it seems very, very, very easy.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than the Far Mario strat, it seems. Yeah, why too? That's where the run gets really, really difficult.
Oh, Y2 definitely where the run gets very difficult, especially if you don't get the firecracker. Ooh.
Yeah, if you don't get 361, you might as well reset. It's pretty much over at that stage. But I noticed TNT decided not to go for Suicide Door there, which is getting into the door first cycle, and it's very, very risky, because as the name would suggest, you miss it, you die.
Well, with this race, especially in the beginning brackets, I would advise all the runners not to go for Suicide Door.
Definitely. Ooh, that was close from TNT there. Oh, and never mind. Yeah, Starworld 3 is pretty hard, especially the normal exit. So yeah, we'll see if TNT gets to keep his P-speed in room 2.
Looks like he did accomplish that.
Nice.
Now let's see what he does in room 3.
Yeah, room 3 is where I have a lot of trouble. It's so easy to get.
The one thing I've learned about room 3 is if you jump early, if you're doing the strat TNT did, if you jump early under the second baseball guy, the third baseball guy will jump way too soon and you'll just eat him trying to jump under him.
Also, shoutouts to Sjorec there for the Suicide Door. That was sick.
Oh, and TNT looks like he... I missed it. Did he eat a football?
No, I think it had his jump just. He seemed to just run into the pit. But yeah, as we mentioned in Forest, this is the exact reason why it's possibly just sometimes best to continue with the run and deal with losing Yoshi. Because this is pretty close again now. All it would take is one death from TNT, and this race is right, it's right down to the wire again. So yeah, we're back on the same level again, which is incredible to think.
Yeah, considering that Sjorec had to go back into FOI 1 3 times and still be level to level with TNT. It actually just shows the skill both of these runners have.
Yeah, exactly. It would be so easy for Sjorec to get rattled by their mistakes, and that can be so off-putting at times and can completely destroy any confidence in your run. But if Sjorec's watching, this will be a bit of a boost for his morale.
Now, I don't know if either runner is watching their opposition's run, because that could tell a lot about what strats they're going to do in the late game.
Yeah, to be honest, even though a lot of people would probably assume don't watch the other guy's stream, I would. If you're going to, make percentage plays, you definitely should be watching the other streamer.
Especially if you know that you're as close to the other runner. I would watch the other person stream to go like, okay, should I go for these tricky strats, or should I just play it cool, just do easier strats?
And that was a very, very nice Castle 6 from TNT there. He clutched it at the end there, which is very nice. His room 2 wasn't optimal, which makes that final jump just a bit more scary, but he was totally fine. And Sjorec keeps P-speed in room 1, gets under the... So I would assume Sjorec might even be watching their opposition, because it seems like they're pulling out all the stops with Suicide Door and at their P-speed. Ooh. Hopefully, yeah, they made it. But the Wendy fight is going to be tough now. Yeah, it is a lot of pressure watching someone else do a race, but if you're like 2 minutes ahead of them, you might not want to be doing all the strats. And I'm sure Sjorec will just be happy to get out of Wendy alive. It was still a good Castle 6 from both of them.
I mean, there's no rules against this. This is not like we're playing a randomizer race. You're allowed to watch the other person's run. If you have that option and you know that it's going to be a close race, why not just have the stream up just somewhere so you could check on it from time to time?
So at the end of Sunken Ship, it is possible. There are two boo rings at the end of this room. It's pretty possible. It's pretty easy. Despawn one of them either by scrolling, and sometimes if you time it correctly, you can do it without scroll.
Now, from what I know, TNT actually didn't need to scroll.
Yeah, I don't think he did actually.
Yeah, but it's usually better just to go safe than to risk it all.
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
when it comes to boo rings, because boo rings can waste a lot of your time.
And it seems like no safety mushroom for TNT, which I suppose if he's comfortable with Valley of Bowser 1, it's probably a good decision. But
sorry to stop you, but we do got a news update. Orb.
Yeah, I needed to be interrupted for that. That
Orb.
was pretty important. Also, I'm still waiting on Dots' Orb compilation, which I submitted for. So yeah, honestly, Valley of Bowser 1 is one of my favorite levels in the entire game. It's just, there's so much fun tech to do, especially with Cape. But hopefully TNT gets through this without any issues. And, yep, seems like he will.
Oh, another news update. Orb. But yeah, TNT looks like he got a good jump on a Calco face and did Valley of Bowser 1 perfectly.
Yeah, that was a really, really good Valley 1. And Sjorec actually got kind of close as well to getting hit by the spiky balls. I'm actually not sure what they're called. No, they're not urchins. The spiky balls.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called in the credits either.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And is TNT going for the Juan Carlos? And no, ooh. Nope, no Juan Carlos.
It's interesting that he decides to go for the cycle skip there, because I honestly think doing the cycle skip at the second oscillation is easier, but I may be mistaken. That looked pretty close.
Now here's the big question: does Sjorec know how to do the John Carlos?
Possibly. Sjorec's a pretty experienced runner, right?
Oh, he looks like he's not going to be able to do it. Sorry, folks.
Oh.
Oh, no, he looks like he's actually going to try it.
Oh my word.
Wasting a cycle just to see if he could... no. TNT through Valley of Bowser 2, and we're into Valley of Bowser Fort.
I understand Sjorec is going for swag points at the end here, but if TNT were to die in Valley Fort, he could have actually won this.
I mean, it's very easy to die in Valley Fort, especially if you mistime a Crusher.
Oh yeah. And it seems like TNT's going for the fast strats as well, which very interesting. Be interesting to see if he does the fast strats in the final Crushers as well, which is really difficult in my opinion. Or maybe I'm just bad, but it seems difficult. Oh, he doesn't get it, but he is pretty close, I think. But yeah, it doesn't seem to matter that Sjorec went and tried to get the Juan Carlos, because it seems like TNT might have this in the bag. And this is also a very, very good time for TNT and Sjorec. Sjorec might be on PB pace. Or, no. It's going to be close for Sjorec.
TNT's right now in the not-so-dark room. Keeping peace speed throughout.
Very nice dark room.
And if he doesn't mess up, it looks like we're going to see roughly a 37-10 on his splits.
But yeah, if Sorec's PB is a high 39, which I believe their splits are, very, very capable of a lot better. I've been very, very impressed by both runners.
I mean, so far he has a gold out of Wendy's Castle, which gave him a PB, and another gold coming out of Valley Fort.
Wow, that's incredible. Well done. But yeah, I feel if you're the underdog and you get a PB, you can't be mad at yourself. You've done the best that you can, quite literally. But yeah, I believe, well, we're going to have TNT in here afterwards, just a quick couple of words about the race, and I'll go over to Sjorec and see if they want to as well. So I'll let you continue.
Okay, it looks like trying to catch up with both of these streams right now. It looks like TNT may be on the final stage of Bowser coming up. Let's see if he could get the early hit. Gets it perfectly. And now just a matter of time. And looks like TNT has finished with a time of 37:14.
GG, boys. Congrats. And again, as mentioned earlier, this was always going to be a close race, and it sure was. Yeah,
I mean,
amazing race.
Yeah, it's still a close race. We're going to probably hold off on TNT until Sorec's done, because right now he's on the second stage of Bowser. Got the ball skip. And if it does get the early hit on Bowser, it's going to be looks like going to be a guaranteed PB on Sjorec's side. Oh,
misses the penultimate hit. That's really unfortunate, but the PB will still happen. And going to cut my PB as well by over a minute. So congratulations. Not that beating me means very much, but... Ooh! Dude, that's a shame.
Still get PB, and Sjorec has finished the race with a 38:48. GG to both of these runners. Now, looking ahead for both of these runners, let's see what we have here. I'm just right now looking at the bracket. Looks like TNT is going to be going up in the winner's bracket, facing Twitch Master.
Ooh, that's going to be spicy.
That's going to be a good race. And from what I've seen from TNT today, that's going to be a really close race. And Sjorec is going to be dropping down to losers bracket. And just one moment here. I need to find... Okay, there we are. Sorry, I lost the number here. It looks like he'll be facing Girl Scout Cookie. So it looks like we're not going to see the last of these two. Like I said, I'm looking forward to that future race, TNT versus Twitchmaster. If TNT can pull off basically the same race or better, Twitchmaster is going to have the run. Twitchmaster is going to basically facing probably his toughest opponent so far.
Do we have permission to drag TNT in?
Yep.
Yep.
Work away. Sjorec has opted not to talk about their race, but I mean, what else can you say other than a minute 15 PB in a race? That's incredible. What else can you say? But we have our winner, TNT. Congrats, dude.
Thanks, man.
That was a really good run.
Thanks. World 6. That one hurt. It would have PB'd if I had not died those 2 times in World 6, I think.
Yeah, that was hard to watch, so it was, but I mean, still an absolutely incredible run.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, you're versus Twitchmaster next. What do you think of that?
I'm gonna be practicing sandbar for sure. I'm feeling it.
Watch out, TM.
Yeah, TM's actually a really good player. He's got like a sub 37 average, so I'm gonna have to get those deaths out of the way. I can't let that happen against him if I want a chance at winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very, very tough race, but honestly, I think you could give Twitchmaster some trouble. You know, if he slips up at all, if you have a good race like you just have had now, getting this time would not be free, even for someone like Twitchmaster.
Yeah, hopefully, I've got to bank on him making a couple of mistakes, but I'm going to be practicing over the next 2 weeks, doing some RTAs. Hop over to twitch.tv/TNT_3, wink wink. But yeah.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing about being against Twitchmaster. If Twitch or if TM has a good run without any major mistakes, there's very little you can possibly do.
Yeah.
But yes, again, congrats, and feel free to make some comments about your run if you wish.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look through it here. I'll go up against PB. So I had a solid World 1 and World 2. The only big mistake was not getting on the platform with DP4. So I was happy about that. I was like really nervous at the start of that run. So getting that out of the way and like just watching the streaming scene that I had a solid lead, that was good. I had some troubles in Ludwig, and I was always going to lose time in Roy because I'm not going for a double fire flower like I would in RTAs. But overall, other than losing Fire Flower and Yoshi in Ludwig, the only major problem with that run was World 6. So yeah, hopefully I can do something like that against Twitchmaster and give him a good fight. And I golded Bowser by like 30 seconds too, so my summer best is a 36-14 now. So yeah.
Yeah, congrats again. You must be pretty happy with that time. Yeah. I mean, if before the race you were offered that time, I'm sure you'd probably take it.
For sure. If I had known Sjorec was gonna get a 38, I would have been like freaking out because I was thinking like sub 40. So knowing that I would have to beat that would have scared me. But yeah.
And it's funny to think now that the sub 40 might not have done it.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking going in, like, oh yeah, sub 40, I should be safe. And then I was just watching, and like, I gained a bit of a lead on him. But like, anytime if I had one big death, I knew that it could easily go. So
yeah, Forest of Illusion 2 was pretty catastrophic for Sjorec. Wait, I'm sorry.
Forest of Illusion 1.
Yes,
yeah, it was pretty catastrophic for for Sjorec. Now, the one place that I want your comment on, just to know what you're feeling there, is Chocolate Secret. You go into Chocolate Secret, and you, according to the chat, I apparently missed it. It looked like one of the slopes ate your jump, and you just fell right into the pit.
So, okay, what happened there, right? So immediately I lost the shell through the slope. so I didn't kill the Chuck, so P speed was gone. And I was like freaking out. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna grab a mushroom. I don't believe the slope ate my jump. I think I just hit B too early, trying to get off that slope, so I didn't jump at all, and I just walked right into the pit. So that's my opinion on it, but it could have been eaten. We'll never really know, unfortunately.
The sloop ate the Buzzy, it says.
Yeah, so the Buzzy just went straight through the first slope, so
Yeah.
I couldn't kill the Chuck, and I was like, oh no. I think I just have to release it higher so that it never hits that slope and it just goes straight onto like the flat where the Chuck stands. Yeah, I'm hyped for this next race though. It's gonna be Brams versus Kuya DK. Excited to see what Brams can pull off. He's been doing a lot of no cape to start with lately.
And yeah, both of these guys are just amazing people. I really wish they could just both win and just have it that way, but that would make it a pretty bad tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, being against Brahms is just going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Incredibly difficult. One of the best players. So.
Yep. Well, I think I've said everything I can. I'm gonna drop out, and you guys have fun hosting the next race.
Well, thanks for dropping in. It's awesome having you.
Yeah. See you later. Now he did mention. Yeah, he did mention that we do have another race coming up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to briefly cut stream so we could do a little bit of background work, and then we'll be back for the Brams versus Kuya DK race.
Yep, sounds good. We'll see you guys in the next 5 minutes or so, for sure.
And I'll only be staying in for like 5-10 minutes pre-show, and then I'm gone for the night as well, I think.
Alright, we're gonna cut stream now, and we'll see you guys in like 5 minutes tops. So yeah, see you guys in a minute or two.